You're off drugs now. You're totally clean.
I'm so clean, it's not even ridiculous. First of all, I was voted the smartest at my family reunion. Like, hands down.
By the rest of your family.
You can't put up two fingers for the same thing. You can't say you're smartest at your family reunion, hands down.
Hands down.
That's one
that was
thing.
it.
That's one thing.
I was voted smartest at my family reunion.
That's one.
Hands down.
No, that's part of the sentence.
You're saying two parts of the sentence. Part one of the sentence, end of the sentence. Those aren't two things.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
The Beezer.
I woke up yesterday morning with a spring in my step.
Start later, please.
I could never know what the day was.
Fast forward ahead.
Oh, that's nice.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are #1. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper, gang. Yeah. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang. Yes. Boy, that is good news.
On your side, you hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride.
Welcome to SCHEEL'S in Eden Prairie for Toys for Tots 2024, the Power Trip Morning Show live at SCHEEL'S. Hi guys. There we go. Hey! We need one of those, like like on Twin Cities Live, like Mike Marcotte has, like he basically is the conductor, and he gets like the audience involved. Man, we need one of those people for live events, just like a
that's like, John Bonus,
like a producer, just off the camera, the microphone, getting everybody pumped. Man, Max and John Bonus just walked in.
Look at them all.
What up?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Did you guys just stay out all night together, or what?
Oh yeah, all night rager on a Monday. Yeah. You know how we do.
Hi, John.
We don't like to sleep before the show. It slows us down.
No, I don't blame you.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
All these people were standing outside waiting on us when we got here. Thanks for coming in early, guys.
Well, yeah, because the first 50 donations of an unwrapped new toy during each show are going to get a KFAN Unreal Winter Beanie.
This one that I've got on right now?
Yeah, like the one you're wearing right now.
Oh, I need me one of those.
Well, you should have donated.
You can't have that.
Yeah.
Why didn't you donate?
I'm on my way. We're working on it.
Got to be one of the first 50.
Quit bragging.
He's fine people here.
Yeah, they all got one, man.
Look at them. Did you guys get your hats? Put that on. Put that on. Let me see how you look.
They got hats.
Let me see how you look.
Oh, yeah.
That looks good on you, though.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Oh,
Looks
yeah.
good on you.
Nice. Really nice.
Looks good on him.
You have on.
What? No, mine doesn't
Oh, I
look
thought you were
good.
doing a candy shake.
I was. That's exactly what I was doing. You caught that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I like rocking around with a corporate logo on my forehead.
Rocking around. The Chris.
Corporate logo. It's the station we work for.
Yeah. What if I said I'm the damn Twins geek?
Yeah. I mean, he basically does wear that.
John's
so anti-establishment. He's against the very establishment he's a part of.
Yeah, I know.
Correct.
I want to see Max put a stocking cap across that hair.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. How you doing? Everybody good over here?
Will it actually fit? How would that work?
That's puppy dog.
It'll fit, but I'll look like Mojo Jojo for all the Gen Zers
man,
out there. Yeah.
What a great reference.
Right.
I am Mojo Jojo.
What is that from?
Powerpuff Girls.
Oh.
If you were cool, you'd know.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was the best. I did not watch that. Even though as a young lad, I pretended that I didn't watch it until my friend said that they watched it. Then I'm like, I watch it too.
Yeah. One of the girls was named Bubbles. I mean, come on.
Right?
Am I right?
Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup.
That's right. Hot puppy dog. How you doing? Hey, did you say? No. What's your doggy's name?
Smith.
Hi, Smith. How the hell are you? Good to see you.
What's his first name?
Smith. It's Smith.
Yeah.
It's Will Smith. Hi. All right, that's the show for today. Thanks.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Thank you.
Does he respond to Smitty?
Not yet.
What if you add the
Smithers.
Ah, Smithers. That's even better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's a good-looking dog.
That is a good-looking dog. Was he a rescue?
He was. He's a rescue. He's a half American foxhound, half pit bull. Super fast.
Oh, you don't like the smell of the microphone, do you? I don't blame you.
I think it's got your breath on it.
Yeah, it ain't my breath he's smelling.
Oh, wow.
Wait, he's legit. He's backing up.
Actually, it kind of is.
Let me see if I can talk to him. You guys ready?
He's got stage fright.
Wow.
He got his attention.
Got his attention.
That's actually really good.
That is confusing the hell out of Smith.
Smith's like, get me out of here, man. I don't know you, but take
He's
me
like,
away.
yeah, rescue me now.
It's like I woke up this early. This dude's talking S to me.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's working. Freaking him out.
What do you mean by working? I can't see it.
No, it's not working.
No, not working.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. I'm
No,
listening.
you don't have that kind of power.
I'm going to say goodbye to him now, right?
All right.
He's like, y'all hear that? Y'all gonna let him talk to me like that?
Smith is like, this psycho's talking about Blossom from Powerpuff Girls. Buttercup.
He won't take his eyes off me now.
Nope.
No, that's a good plan.
Why is that dog standing on his hind legs?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Does that guy have a striper tattoo?
I wish I did.
So Saucy was saying we have Cam Bynum again this year. Is that the plan?
That's right, Cam Bynum
Right on.
and Speedy Naylor. And don't do it. Don't you embarrass us.
I can't wait to talk to Jalen when he gets
will.
here.
Don't you embarrass us.
His name's
He will.
Jalen.
His name is Speedy.
I'm going.
No,
with
he
it.
Prefers
will.
to be called Speedy, like you prefer to be called Sludge forever.
I did not. I did not prefer that.
Yeah. And then we will still have our guy, Jonathan Grenard, too. So,
we will.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is
man.
right at 8:30, we're going to have Speedy, and then we're going to have him help us interview Jonathan Grenard.
And is Grenard going to be on site or on,
the phone?
Okay,
On the
got
phone.
it.
Phone,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
Man, that's still really cool, though.
Yeah,
I don't
He's
like
completely against Toys for Tots.
What? I don't know if he wants you to say that.
I'm just guessing. No, I'm just kidding. Max, I like that shirt.
I appreciate it. I had to actually look decent for once now that we're out in public, you know. Normally
Right.
I look like a homeless person.
It looks great.
My neighborhood, but since we're out in front of the people, you know,
Right.
I gotta turn the swag on a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's telling you that you look great, but really what they're saying is you mostly don't. You mostly.
Yeah, basically.
This is the,
Hey,
this is the one time you actually
look
paid
presentable
attention.
for
Yeah,
once.
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Mrs. Bonus, is your husband always like this or just Tuesdays?
Just Tuesdays, really. He's just completely the picture of decorum otherwise.
Yeah. None of us know what that means. Could you
No,
explain?
but I've seen him on a Friday. I've seen him on a Saturday. He ain't the picture, whatever that is.
Decorum's my cousin's
If
name,
that
by
means
the way.
the picture.
If that means picking up the tab at every bar, yes, he's that.
One of my favorite stories about your husband is that Max and I were at a bar downtown, and and we did we call him or text him?
I think we FaceTimed him.
Yeah, we FaceTimed him, and he didn't know we were at the bar, and we FaceTimed him and said, "Hey, we're at Glick's." And then I turned around and he was standing behind me.
I remember that because he was next to me in bed and then he was with you. I wasn't insulted at all.
Yeah. And then you turned around and Max was next to you.
And you also were not offended by that.
Yeah, not at all.
Maxo!
Pretty good trade for you. Oh, Johnny Bones.
Is this for ladies, do you think?
Probably.
Why are you gonna? Oh, I think it would look good on you. Huh?
Yep, that's probably for the ladies.
Very demure.
I don't know what that means either. You guys got to stop using these big words. Ma'am, what does demure mean? Do you have any idea what demure means?
You don't.
Oh, no, you're right. Thank you. I don't look demure. I'm with you. Thank you.
You should buy that, though.
You know, I read an article. I did read the article, by the way. This is no kidding. That tiny shirts are making a comeback for ladies. I was like, I don't even know what that means, but sweet.
What were you at repbook.com?
Yeah, what were you on? What were you reading that? Yeah.
Like Cosmo.
Book, brilliant. Yeah. Is that peoplemagazine.com?
I don't know, but I like the idea of tiny shirts.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Speak,
wonder
brother.
why. Speak.
Yeah, right? Well, I don't want anybody to be too warm. That's all I got. Honestly, I'm spent.
Among your other various habits of spending money on things, is any of them like magazine subscriptions?
Oh, yeah.
Like you see, like I can imagine you having a subscription to Cosmo magazine or to
I picture
Vogue.
I picture there's one young lady with a printing press in her apartment, still printing out Popular Mechanics for one person and putting it in the mail to me. I get Popular Mechanics. I get Men's Journal.
Yep.
I get Scientific American, because, you know, that's me.
Did you get the subscription originally just like to look smart? Is that what was originally?
I've always liked holding magazines. Like, I like holding newspapers in my
or
hands.
CDs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
And, you know, I got a warm toilet seat and nothing to do.
Every 6 months, he'll show up to the studio with a pile of magazines that he doesn't he's read or looked through, and
Some of the pages are stuck together.
yeah, especially in Popular Mechanics,
Certain faces are cut out.
yeah,
There's a reason they're popular.
yeah.
What's new in Scientific American? What's new in
Actually,
science?
I have an answer for you. I really do.
Small shirts.
Yeah. So, right. So Malcolm Gladwell has this article. It's actually part of his book too, but there's this article about Harvard University.
I just listened to him and Conan on the drive over here talking about exactly that. He's on
really?
Conan's podcast, and he was ripping Harvard to Conan.
He hates
Harvard.
not just Harvard, all
Ivy
those
League.
schools, all the Ivy League. Hey. Yeah, he hates them.
That's crazy. I just listened to that
Did he
in the
talk
last
about
45 minutes.
the whole idea of why they do the scholarships for athletes?
Yeah,
and
with
stuff
like
that?
the women's rugby team and how he said it shouldn't exist.
Right.
And it sounds sexist, but then he basically breaks into the reasons why, and it's financial, and it's basically to get rich parents to have their kids at that school.
Right. It's called the new book is called Revenge of the Tipping Point because the Tipping Point was one of his most famous books.
Yeah.
And I think that might have been the one with the 10,000 hours. Tipping Point might have been. I can't remember.
Might have been. No, I think it was.
But so in this one, he talks about that, and essentially, and if correct me if I'm wrong, Corey, but basically the situation is like Harvard and those schools give away more athletic scholarships than almost any college of any kind in America, in the world. And you would think, well, that's pretty cool. Why would they do that? You know, and it's because they give scholarships in sports that people like us can't afford to play. And
like
they keep
fencing,
right, yeah,
sailing,
right. Exactly, yes,
stuff like that.
Right. So it keeps the really, really rich kids, keeps giving them an opportunity to get in school, even if they're not smart enough to get into Yale and Harvard. They can learn to be good at sailing and get a scholarship and still get into Harvard and Yale just because they're really rich.
So then Conan's joke was that he was on the women's rugby team, and that's where he met Tracy. And I don't believe his wife's name is Tracy. So I think he just assumed that Tracy's play women's rugby.
That's funny.
God, Conan's the goat.
He's so good.
But no, it sounds like Conan doesn't have the most love for Harvard either, in a weird way, because he was like, no, rip away. He's like, I don't blame you. He wasn't defensive at all. It was like, yeah, go ahead, crap on it. He gets it.
He was Harvard, right?
He went to Harvard.
He was Harvard. Well, see, he's older than I am, so I bet it was probably late 80s, I would guess, probably.
He said, I think he said 81 to 85.
Oh, wow, he's much older than me then. Okay, not much, but he's much older. But no, that's pretty cool. What is the famous story? Who was the famous person that he...
John Candy.
Yeah, was it John Candy that he tricked him to come into the school?
Oh, yeah.
They made up an award because it was basically his idol.
Yeah.
So they made up an award I think it was at the Lampoon, right? The Harvard Lampoon.
Right.
And they got John Candy to show up, and then that's his story for basically Never Meet Your Heroes, because he was saying John Candy was the nicest guy. He was exactly what he wanted him to be. Couldn't have been sweeter. Couldn't have been funnier. He was like, you absolutely should try to meet your heroes.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, everybody said he was great. Yeah.
You guys, you've known me a long, long time. You guys all see me as very young and virile.
Virile?
Right?
Capital
Right?
V on that,
Right?
by the way.
What do you?
John Candy didn't live as long
Viral,
as I have.
Yeah.
John Candy didn't make it to my age.
Really?
Can you believe that? I think he was 47 when he died or something like that. How about that?
That's crazy.
Yeah. How about this? I read this. I think we talked about this the other day. Remember the movie? You might not have seen it. Have you ever seen the movie Cocoon?
No.
Yeah.
I saw when I was younger.
The old people who like the aliens or something. Is that why did they get younger? I can't remember.
They went swimming in a pool.
Yeah, they went swimming in a pool.
Right.
So one of the guys the one guy was like, check your anus and check it often. What's that guy's
What?
name?
No,
Wilford
that's not
Brimley.
what
Yeah,
he
Wilford
says.
Brimley. When he played the role in Cocoon as the old man, he was 50 years old.
Wow.
I'm 53.
Well, isn't that the whole bit, though,
pisses
about,
me
like,
off.
the Golden Girls?
I was just about to say
the
that.
Blanche. What's the horny one that Hawk is?
Blanche.
Blanche Hockey.
She says in the show, she's like, yeah, I'm 43 years old, and they, like, live in a retirement home. Like, 43? Yeah, you are Blanche Hockey.
Well, we've done this before, but isn't Ralph Macchio now older than Mr. Miyagi was in The Karate Kid?
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that he
that
is.
makes sense, sure. Yeah.
I think that's correct.
I think you are correct.
Yeah.
And even if it's not, who's going to check? Who cares? Sounds right.
Probably Zach. Zach's on the computer back there just slamming away on the keys.
No, he's mad about the guy he got in the charts challenge.
Oh, wait. Did I have a good night?
He had 10 points.
I only had 10?
Yeah.
I thought I had more than that. Yeah. Did anybody listen to that game?
Nope.
I watched it, yeah.
Yeah. Jameis Winston 460 yards or something like that.
497.
Jerry Jeudy had like 220 yards receiving.
And they lost.
Yeah, it's because he threw 2 pick sixes.
And then he prayed to the Lord. We'll talk about that later. But freaking Jameis.
You don't know which Lord he prayed to.
Or played to.
Jameis said, I'm just praying to the Lord to deliver me from pick sixes. And I'm not kidding. He actually said
Did he really?
And he said it sincerely. I'm just praying to the Lord to deliver me from pick sixes.
The book of Not a bad thing to pray about.
Well, he delivered him 2 last night. There was 2 pick sixes.
Maybe he's like the guy who talked to his baseball bat and said, Lord.
You mean Serrano from Major
Serrano
League?
from Major League. That's right.
Doesn't say Lord.
I say blank you.
Yeah, Joe Boo.
Joe Boo, that's it. Yeah, these guys
not
get it.
Lord.
Joe Boo.
Not Lord.
KFAN and the Minnesota Vikings are live from SCHEEL'S of Eden Prairie, presented by Unreal. Come drop off an unwrapped toy and help those in need this holiday season, and listen to your favorite KFAN shows all day long, and a whole bunch of great Vikings guests. We're the Power Trio Morning Show, and we're back from SCHEEL'S for Toys for Tots after this on the Fan.
Man.
Welcome back to the Power Trip Morning Show, live from SCHEEL'S in Eden Prairie. Here we are for Toys for Tots today with the Minnesota Vikings and the United States Marine Corps. Getting some toys for some kids, and Unreal, our friends are here, and we still got a few more of these KFAN, what do you call these things? We call them stocking caps.
Beanies.
Beanies is what you young kids call them these days. We call them stocking cats. Cats?
Cats.
Yeah, I was stocking cats when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying, Max?
I know what you're saying, dog. I know what you're saying, dog.
Anyway.
You need a meeting.
You're right, I do. Anyway, we got a few of them left, so bring some toys in and grab one of these from SCHEEL'S and KFAN and bring toys. And if you don't have any toys with you, you're like, where am I going to get toys? Well, SCHEEL'S has got toys. Come on in here. They got plenty of things, man. So just come on in and grab something, and let's help some people out.
Hey, where do I donate money? Because I had a listener, Joe Smith, not the former Timberwolf Joe Smith. About a week ago, this guy Joe Smith gave me $100 cash and said, I trust you to give it to SCHEEL'S for Toys for Tots. So I have $100 that I have to give away or I'm going to die, right, from guilt. Who do I give this 100 to?
I'm just going to throw
Thanks
this
to Joe
out there.
Smith.
I could turn that $100
Yeah.
Into?
Let's go buy some scratch-offs.
There's a casino driving distance from here.
Very true.
I could turn that into $50.
Pretty quick.
How quickly?
But are there cash donations, or do I just have to buy $100 worth of toys and throw them in?
You know, that's probably a better thing to do.
Yeah, buy toys.
Buy some toys.
Or just get 100 ones, make it rain.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what Joe would have wanted.
Yeah.
Make it rain.
That's what he trusted
SCHEEL'S.
you to do.
Yeah. I still say that we got Toys for Tots today. Tomorrow we should do Tots for Toys. And you know what? And I'll have a bag of toys. And
Wow.
you ladies.
My God.
No?
Me and Hawk in the parking lot. A little more unofficial than this.
Ma'am, you get a Hot Wheel.
Hot Wheel.
Yeah, right. Well, you know, we're judges as well.
And he's saving money.
That's right.
All right, so we're
Nobody
at
likes
SCHEEL'S
my
in Eden
ideas.
Prairie.
I love
A lot of stuff to give away and talk about throughout the course of the day today, but also Zacho back at St. Louis Park. We still are going to do our giant giveaway this week, thanks to the World Juniors. Walk us through that and how people can get involved today, Zach.
Yeah, Corey, we're sending 2 lucky listeners to Ottawa for the 2025 World Junior Championships. You got to listen each day for a keyword. And then you go to KFAN.com keyword contest. You enter that. Stick around at your phone in the 8 o'clock hour, because one person that we pick out of that is going to get a phone call. You pick a winner for the initials on Friday, and if your person wins, you get to go to Ottawa next month for the World Juniors. So be sure you have that passport ready to go. The keyword today is puck. That's puck. Go to KFAN.com keyword contest. Enter that in on the contest page for the World Junior Championships. And again, be by your phone, because we already had one listener yesterday miss the call and missed that opportunity. So good luck.
Yeah, and then the backup yesterday took Marnie Gellner first pick in the old initials draft. Marnie
What a
Gellner.
waste of a pick.
Marnie Gellner. So, yeah, if you win today, you could either have Hawk, Sauce, Parrish, or Mike Madonna, who's making his initials and Power Trip debut on Friday.
That's
gonna
pretty
be
cool,
That
man.
is going to be sweet, man. One of the all-time greats.
Yes.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Mike Madonna. Pretty sweet.
Not met him before.
Same.
That'd be fun.
Pretty same. Hey, Johnny Bones.
Yes, sir.
I had never heard of this golden at bat rule until I read about it this morning. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I don't think so.
Oh, really? Tell me what you think of this. So this is kind of sports, and I know it's a segment early, but this is kind of fascinating. It's not kind of sports. This is sports.
This is very sports.
So Rob Manfred is the commissioner of Major League Baseball. He said one of the things that's buzzing around Major League Baseball circles, it's been discussed, this golden at-bat rule.
Uh-oh.
What it would be, potentially, is one time per game, regardless of where you're at in the lineup, you would be able to bat anyone you want. So if, for example, the bases are loaded and there's 2 outs,
That's sweet.
and Aaron Judge is still 5 people away, you could say, this is the one we want.
How about if Aaron Judge is on second base?
Right. Well, there's a lot that he and others have admitted there's a lot of problems. Like, for example, let's say Aaron Judge is 1 person away, but you want him to bat next because there's 2 outs. If you push him up in the lineup 1, then what happens when he's the next one that's supposed to it? Anyway, there's a lot of problems, but the idea would be 1 time per game. You can bat anyone you want. It's not a substitution. It's you just move them up into the lineup and they can swing away 1 time. Your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I'll say this. I think traditionalists are going to lose their mind.
Yep.
I mean, people were up in arms when they decided that you could just call for an intentional walk as opposed to actually throw 4 pitches for an intentional walk, right? That was going to be the end of baseball as we know it. So this is far more gimmicky than that. This one strikes me as a little too gimmicky. For me personally, my reaction is, I mean, a lot of the more beautiful moments in baseball are sort of like, this guy is not really who you want to at bat here. And he figures out some way to get the hit that you want him to get. So I think I would my initial reaction is, I'm not a huge fan of it.
I do like the idea, though, that no matter how it works out, the choice every single time would be criticized or praised, right? Because it's either like, wow, what a perfect time to use it, or man, what a waste.
Right.
It'd be good. It might be good for hardcore baseball sports talk radio. I don't know if that's going to work on this show, but other shows might really enjoy that.
I have a question for you, clarification.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have to be on your team?
I believe he does.
That's a good bit.
Yeah. We'd like Shohei to take the bat, please.
In California.
Well, Shohei, clearly his skills do not fit with the Twins are trying to do.
I've heard that, yes.
We've heard that on this show once.
Who said that?
I don't know.
Do you stand by it?
No, I'd take Shohei right now. I think he would be a pretty good fit for this team right now.
Man.
But it was a totally different time in 2000.
Oh, sure.
Brilliant.
Times have changed.
How did that not win?
I don't know. I was robbed.
That should win the all-time preposterous David Turner.
They should quit doing it.
This is like Shawshank Redemption not getting an Oscar. Yeah, it's
I still think the worst one of all time is Rosie saying he only went to Hooters because Nick wanted a pregame there before movies. And he just stands by it. It's a family restaurant. We just wanted to go to the mall. And Nick chose Hooters every time. Yeah, I'm sure little Nicky picked Hooters to go pregame. My God.
Rosie
apple may not
loves that
fall
restaurant.
far from the tree.
Yeah, it's so embarrassing how horny he is.
It's unbelievable.
You've
how
said
can
it
you
a
be
lot,
around
Lou.
somebody like that all the time?
Oh, Rose.
I'm just shopping, guys.
What did you buy?
I haven't bought anything yet, but I got my eyes on some things.
Some shorts. I gotta be careful. Short shirts.
Yep.
Like this one over here. This is the ladies.
Why are you in the
fluffy
ladies
purple one?
section?
Because I like the way they fit. Doesn't matter how much weight I lose, I still have nice breasts.
Your mic's on.
I'm not embarrassed by my breasts.
Your
dad is.
Wow. My dad's embarrassed by your breasts.
Yes, he is. We're fighting right now because of it.
Oh, why? What did he say about
He
your...
calls them floppy gloppies.
Oh, my God. No, you call them that.
Why do you guys take me down this road? I'm trying to be clean. It's Toys for Tots.
You're in the ladies' department.
Yeah, well, you're in the ladies' room.
All right.
Floppy gloppy.
I don't know why he calls them that.
He's
No
been
idea.
saying that for years.
By the way, there's toys like literally right here that are dirt cheap that you could get, and you could buy like 100 of them for the kids for Toys for Tots right here.
Buy that with your money, Corliss.
Good point.
Core.
Yeah, that's one of the genius things of having it at SCHEEL'S, right? Is if you're listening right now going, well, I don't have any toys to give away, just come to SCHEEL'S and buy them and then throw them right in the bin.
I've never played the game Skip Bow.
Same. I haven't either.
It's right here, though. We can get it and play it right now. You want?
I've seen it a billion times over the years, but never played it.
You know what I'm most jealous of being an old man now? How cool the Nerf guns are these days.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty sweet.
Yeah, man.
They're high tech now.
I know. Can you imagine?
We missed out on that, Hawk.
I know, like Nerf howitzers over here.
Nerf Gatling.
Yeah, that's the. Oh man, I tell you, you want to see Pete Bursich get freaked out every time we go to. Well, there's a couple of stadiums that actually have it, but they have the T-shirt Gatling guns.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Timberwolves one is always broken.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Roll that out to the middle of there. Let's see. It works about 1/3 of the time.
Man, that would be the coolest thing to have, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's like an ice cream machine at McDonald's.
Yeah, broken all the time. Yeah, I get it. I get it. All right, it's 5:59. We should break.
All right, we'll do
some
actual
hardcore
sports.
Yeah.
Not like this baseball golden at bat garbage.
Yeah.
Right? Real sports. Gimmicky. Might be kind of cool, though.
I think it's sweet.
Might be kind of cool.
All right.
It's gimmicky as hell, but you got to
Babe
spice that
Ruth.
game up.
Babe Ruth to the bat.
To the bat.
Yeah. And you said I could pick anybody.
Yeah.
You are right.
But what if, just hear me out, what if, like how they do those giant entrances for closers?
Yeah.
What if whenever the golden at bat happens, it basically turns into the Undertaker's theme song and the lights
that'd
go
be
out?
so
You're like, oh my God!
That'd be
And they're
great.
going to bat Aaron Judge.
That's Aaron Judge's music.
That would be kind of badass.
That would be amazing.
Oh my
carrying
God,
a
it's
bat, he's
Dwayne
carrying
The
a-
Rock Johnson.
Instead of carrying a bat, he's carrying a folding chair.
Yeah.
I like
Hey,
it.
open your mind, John.
This is making more and more
bonus.
sense to me now. Let's make baseball exciting.
Make baseball great again.
Okay.
Front Page Sports is next, live from SCHEEL'S in Eden Prairie. This is the Vikings and KFAN's Toys for Tots 2024 on the Fan.
Welcome back to Power Trip Morning Show, live Toys for Tots, SCHEEL'S Eden Prairie. I'm wearing the new Unreal hoodie,
They're sweet.
That's great,
which
dude.
are available only online, and for a limited time, they're going to sell out. So only the cool people wear this one. Yes, see. But we have them on if you'd like to get one. Of course, they have a lot of Unreal stuff here at SCHEEL'S, but these you have to get online, and they're a limited edition Minnesota Vikings hoodies, and they're pretty sweet.
The drop.
The drop.
I love the drop.
Man, I loved it on Sunday. Finally. You know what I mean?
Finally
Anybody?
got it.
No? Okay.
Oh,
It's a callback.
Speaking of that, my wife and I yesterday went to the Mall of America, and we're walking around the Mall of America, and this guy taps on my shoulder, and he takes the headphone out of his ear, and he looks at me and goes, "I'm just hearing about hockey's constipation," and then put his headphone back in and then kept walking.
It's a dream come true.
Yeah.
When I was a boy, I dreamed that someday I'd have a major market radio show to talk about my poopy issues.
Yep, your bowel movements are now part of the Twin Cities
Yeah.
zeitgeist.
Yep.
You're in the moment.
Someday there'll be a documentary about this show.
It also sums up the entire show. Like we said yesterday, it was a Vikings Monday, and most of the show was about how Chris couldn't crap.
Yeah.
Are you having that issue today?
I feel much better today. Thank you for asking. Yeah, everything's coming out just fine.
Fantastic. Should we do Front Page Sports?
I got more answers if you got more questions.
Sure.
Time now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Yeah, Holiday Station Stores, 3 for $6.50. Red Bull, mix and match any flavors you want. A Red Bull, those 8.5 ounces at Holiday. So get some energy boosted this morning, John Bonus, at Holiday.
Giddy up.
Yeah, giddy up.
Yeah, giddy up.
Yeehaw.
Yep. The Wild host Vancouver tonight at 7 o'clock. The Wild have the best record in the NHL, I think. I didn't see if Winnipeg played last night, but otherwise, the Wild 16-4-4. Vancouver is 13-7-3, but they are 10-2 on the road. Tough to beat on the road.
Didn't they play them already this season, or am I misremembering?
I have no idea. Very, very.
Please don't do fake news.
Over the weekend, the Wild traded for David Jiricek from Columbus. He was the 6th overall pick just 2 years ago. He's only 21 years old.
It's a big trade.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, this sets them up with another young defenseman to, complement Faber. They've also got another highly ranked defenseman in their minor leagues right now. So It's rare that you get a trade for somebody who is that young and that talented with that kind of upside. And the Wild managed to find a way to get it done. So
We got gave up a lot though.
They did.
A lot of picks, man.
Well, the big one though was their first round pick this year, and since they're so much better than people thought they were going to be, that's now looking like a low 20s pick as opposed to a top 10 pick. So.
And it's top 5 protected if the whole thing falls.
Well, that's
apart.
true. Yeah.
Which again, Maxo, that's the theory with the Rudy Gobert trade, right? Is if it works, then all these picks that we have to send away, if they're in the back half of the first round, those are absolute flyers, and you're not giving up much if it works. So we'll see when those picks start popping up how badly it burns the Wolves, but hopefully it's late 20s.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that it's not this year that it comes back to burn them, because they're only at 500 right now, and this would be one of those years.
They looked good last night.
Yeah, they looked amazing last night.
They beat the Lakers 109-80. The Wolves are now 10-10. The Lakers fall to 12-9. Minnesota outscored the Lakers in all 4 of the quarters. Ant, though, just 3 of 13 for 8 points. It's weird to win by 29 points and have Ant only have 8.
Yeah, and even weirder, LeBron James only had 10 points.
Season low.
It was one of his one of the few games. I think there's only been like 5 games or something like that, 8 games in his career that he didn't get double digits, and he just barely made it to 10 in that game. So just a defensive masterpiece by the Wolves last night. In general, that was the closest that it felt to how it felt watching them play last year. They were playing with joy. They were playing with intensity. They were sharing the ball. It was awesome. Even though Ant wasn't hot, Dante DiVincenzo was throwing dimes like a broke dude at the strip club. I mean, it was awesome, man. So it was a lot of fun to watch, and hopefully that's the problem though. They've been good against good teams. We just need to see them be consistent against the Blazers of the world and the Spurs of the world, because they've beaten teams like the Kings and the Nuggets, but we just need to see them be more consistent against the lesser teams.
How was Bronny last night?
I don't know.
I don't think he played.
I don't think he got out of the war. He had as much run as me and you did last night.
Well.
It's a good win, but you also want to see him beat a team that isn't on the second half of a back-to-back and like the third game in 4 days. But they beat the bejesus out of them.
Yeah. It was kind of nice to turn off a Timberwolves game in the middle of the fourth quarter for once.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, you don't
fourth?
get all the way. You get that far.
Make it to the fourth.
Sometimes I'm flipping through the channels.
The Wolves are at the Los Angeles Clippers on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. Then they have that back-to-backer in Golden State on Friday and Sunday. Back-to-back at Warriors. Friday and Sunday. The next listed home game, Max, is the Knicks, which is the return of Karl Anthony Towns, but I don't know if that includes the
right. They've got some NBA
tournament
Cup.
Right, they're not going to make the tournament, but I mean, I think they have a game in there. I don't know if it's going to be at home or on the road. I don't know how that works.
I think they have one home game sometime
in that mix.
In that mix at home. Yeah.
Either way, though, Cat right around the corner.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
It's going to be emotional, and I mean,
all right.
I'm not ready for it. I still miss him. Every day. I know it's controversial, but I wish they wouldn't have necessarily made that trade. But hopefully they can put a 30-piece on him like they did the Lakers.
How are they doing, and how's he doing?
He's been all right. I think it's kind of more the same with Cat.
They're 12-8.
Offensively, he's been good. Defensively, New York fans are wanting a little bit more. So
He's still tall.
He's still tall.
Yeah.
His new nickname, though, Big Bodega, I think is what they call him now.
Is that
the Big
right?
Bodega.
I like that.
Yeah, so
I like that.
it's sweet. He's got his swag back, but I mean, the East is considerably easier than the West, so they're doing all right. But they only have 2 more wins than we do.
I had never heard the word bodega until the movie Half Baked.
Yeah,
it's such a classic movie. I wish I could say my favorite line.
Oh, it's the best. It's one of the funniest lines in any
Hungry
film.
Girl?
Yeah, I mean, it's so perfectly executed.
It's so good.
It's so perfectly executed.
The Broncos beat the Browns 41-32 thanks to a couple of pick sixes by Jameis Winston. But he had 4 touchdown throws and 497 yards and lost because he had 3 interceptions, and 2 of them, like I just said, were returned for touchdowns.
How about that? Yeah, that game was one of those games where it was such an offensive just domination. I think there were back-to-back 70-yard touchdowns. They threw one to, I think it was Mims, and then the Browns in the very next play threw one to Judy. It was just a domination, man. That is, and they kept saying the whole broadcast, if only they'd started Jameis Winston to start the season, they might be 8-3, because they were playing last night like an 8-3 team. And I hate to say it, but Bo Nix is good and Butthole Eyes has found his quarterback.
God, that sucks.
Yeah, it sucks because he sucks.
You know what doesn't suck is Cam Bynum should be joining us here at 6:30.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's right, 6:30. Minnesota Viking, Cam Bynum.
Have you bought anything yet?
Not yet.
Buy that lady's blouse.
I'm thinking about putting it on. You think they'd let me try it on?
Yeah, it'd look nice on you.
It looked dice on me? Hey, hickory dickory dock.
Johnny Bones, according to Major League Baseball rumors, guess who's expected to be the highest bidder for Juan Soto?
No.
The Yankees?
Incorrect.
The Dodgers?
Incorrect.
The Red Sox?
Incorrect.
The Blue Jays?
That is the correct answer.
Wow.
The hot rumor is that Toronto is going to back up the Brinks truck and that they are willing to outbid anyone.
Well, weren't they the same bid, though, wasn't it the Shohei bid?
For Shohei Ohtani, yeah. Where was he on a plane to Toronto or not last year?
And then didn't it turn out that they were just there for like a restaurant he liked or something? I think that's true.
So, again, it's just a rumor, but we'll see if it comes through. But apparently Toronto is willing to go all in on Juan Soto.
I mean, that is one of the differences between, Major League Baseball and the other sports is without, that sort of individual salary cap or that team salary cap, you can just decide, I know this is a foreign concept to Twins fans, but the way it works is you don't actually have a salary cap. You can just bid whatever you want to get. And if that means you have to pay an extra $10 million or something to get a player, despite the fact that you're not the Yankees or something, you just you can give that person, you can buy that person's loyalty. And the Blue Jays are a team that has consistently kind of come in second in a lot of these things. It does not surprise me that they are committed to going all in on this because, frankly, that team had such a disappointing year when they were supposed to be sort of on the upswing. They are facing perhaps a close of their competitive window, and this is their chance to try and reverse fortune.
If he does, and it sounds like it's not super likely, but if he goes to the Los Angeles Dodgers, should every other team in baseball just quit?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. Meanwhile, the Twins, I woke up yesterday morning to just find out they're just putting all their tickets on sale yesterday morning at 10 a.m. Twins Fest, spring training, regular season.
Every home game
is now on sale at 10 a.m. As of yesterday. No promotion, no early sales, no nothing. Just, you know what? Let's, like a couple months early, let's just put all of our tickets on sale. Because nobody's paying attention to the Twins. And they've done it to themselves. Like, the big story this offseason is going to be like, is anybody going to buy them?
What happened to that?
Not are they going to be, signing a free agent? Are they going to be making a big trade? We're all just sitting here waiting for, potentially some news of some outside ownership group expressing an interest in them. And so far, we've heard nothing on that.
What really matters is next when the Power Trip Morning Show returns live from SCHEEL'S in Eden Prairie for Toys for Tots 2024. We're going to be here, obviously, until 9 o'clock, but the fan will be here all day long. So swing by, drop off a toy if you don't have one. Just come to SCHEEL'S and buy one or two or three or four or five or six or seven. Throw them in that bin. And again, the first 50 donations of an unwrapped new toy during each show will receive a KFAN Unreal winter beanie, which are pretty cool. What really matters after this, Cam Bynum in like 15 minutes live from SCHEEL'S. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Minnesota Vikings are live from SCHEEL'S of Eden Prairie, presented by Unreal. Yay! Come drop off an unwrapped toy and help those in need this holiday season and listen to your favorite KFAN shows and great Vikings guests.
Like Cam Bynum, who's already here.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's a prompt young man. He's on time. In fact, he's early, which is pretty sweet.
Absolutely cool.
Pretty cool. So
Hawk,
we're at
what were you
SCHEEL'S.
looking at?
I'm going to tell you right now. There's nothing that you need they don't have here. This is incredible. I was looking at some 7 Diamond shirts because I think they'd look sweet on stage. So I was looking at those just now. And I was looking at some ladies' jackets.
Why do you like ladies' jackets?
They look better on me than dudes' jackets do. I don't know. I have a very female figure.
They'll go well with your clutch.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say it again.
Did you bring that?
No. But do you remember who was the player who came in who had a purse?
Josh Metellus.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If Josh Metellus can have a purse, I can have a clutch.
Yeah, but that.
Hi, Cam. Good to see you. How are you? Come on over. You want to come on over? Sure. Absolutely.
We'll have to ask Cam what he thinks of Josh Metellus' purse.
What do you think?
It's Louis Vuitton, so he gets away with it.
That's almost exactly what he said.
That's
Didn't
exactly
Josh
right.
say almost the same thing? Like,
Yes.
what, yeah.
Plus, he
How do you
could
make
run
fun
us
of-
over like a Mack truck, so he can do whatever he wants to do.
That is so true. How about a round of applause for Cam Bynum, superstar, Minnesota Viking defender. And now he's, Cam, you're also like internationally famous now because these dances have gone viral, so much so that you probably saw this. There's no chance you didn't see this. But how about, a week or so ago, Lindsay Lohan was on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and they played the clip of you doing the Parent Trap dance, right?
Yeah, I had a fanboy moment. That was pretty cool for me to see, like, she physically saw it. Because when it happened, she posted it on her story and everything. But I'm like, okay, I wonder if it's actually her that saw it. But when they put it on the show, and that big of a show at that, so that was pretty cool.
And she gave you a lot of love because she said, that's not an easy handshake to learn. She's like, so she understood how much time you must have taken to practice.
Yeah, but that's my childhood. That's what we did as a kid. You watch the movie, you have siblings, and you all test it out and see how quick you can get it. So when Josh and I saw that, me and Josh always talk about like kid shows and kid movies that we did growing up and little fun things that we did as kids. And as soon as I brought that idea to him, he said, we're doing it. So our eagerness to get an interception in London was like times 10. So like, we have to get the celebration off.
So now for your next viral dance touchdown celebration, like, are you starting to target celebrities? Like, I want to meet so and so.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm going to
For sure, because it's like if you do anybody's celebration, they're gonna be happy to see it be done in the NFL. So I'm like, dang, who do I want to meet? Who's my goals? But not everybody has a dance or like something cool to do, so you have to really think hard. But Josh and I, we have a good one coming up, but I can't say it.
Exciting. Cam Bynum again is our guest. And we're out at Toys for Tots and SCHEEL'S here in Eden Prairie. Bring a toy. Come on in. If you don't have a toy, stop by and buy one here and make sure you help those who need something special in their life this holiday season. Shed some light. And again, you can buy them right here. They have a whole table of them right over here to our left-hand side. Cam, we were talking about this yesterday on the show. Another game this weekend in which it's coming right down to the end. You don't know what's going to happen. But even on 4th down on our final drive, I told these guys yesterday, I was pretty sure we were going to win that game. It was 4th down is the final drive. We're still trailed. We trailed the whole game. I still felt confident we were going to win the game. Do you guys feel that way as well?
Yeah, every time we're on the sideline, especially as defense, we're watching the offense on that last drive, just like he did against the Bears. We're like, all right, Sam got this. There's no question that the offense would be able to go down there and score. And there's still no question that we gave them the ball back with a minute plus, and they had all their timeouts. We're like, all right, we're going to get a stop. And there is no question in our minds. And it's just crazy the confidence that we do have in those situations just because I know it stresses the fans out, but that it happens so much, but it really builds us to really know that we can thrive in this type of environment where there's pressure and where the situation is, or your back is against the wall. So it's fun for us and we enjoy those moments.
I'm going to guess you didn't know Sam Darnold well, if at all, before he became the quarterback of this football team. So I would love to have talked to you before the season began and then talk to you now about your thoughts on Sam Darnold, because I think it's okay to say, I'm shocked. He's great. He's been great for us, especially in these big spots. And I think I speak for everybody saying I had no idea he was going to be this good for us. Did you?
I did. We both grew up in Southern California, so I never knew him personally.
Yeah,
but I've been seeing him since high school. Then he went to USC, and we played against him at Cal every single year. So it was something that I've always known that Sam had, and there's a reason that he got drafted so high. And unfortunately, he was in tough situations his first few years of his career. But for me, just growing up and being in the same area, growing up in that Southern California, we knew that Sam was a dog. And when he got here and just seeing the work that he puts in, he's the first and last guy in the building every single day. And just seeing that, there's never a question in my mind about Sam's his clutch gene or anything. I'm like, he's got this, and I've seen it before and then now, so it's no surprise for me.
You guys obviously on Sunday played the Cardinals. Were you guys prepared? And it seems like almost every Cardinals game that Kyler Murray just tosses one up in the air and one of you was going to pick it off. Was that something that in the back of your mind you're like, it has to show up at some point?
Yeah, we knew eventually he would do that, but he's a tough quarterback to go against just because of how mobile he is, and he makes it hard because when you think you have a sack against him, he's escaping the pocket and he's scrambling, still looking downfield to throw, and he can do some crazy stuff on the run. But going against Caleb Williams a week before, it kind of prepared us for that, knowing that this is the type of game it's going to be. And Kyler ended up making it that type of game where he made it tough on us to be able to be up there. But when you watch the time when we played them a few years ago, he did the same thing and threw a few interceptions that game. And when Harry and I got one, and or I think it might have been Pat Pete, I forget who had the interception that year, but we knew that one of us would get one this week just off of one of those type of plays, and then Shaq and Murph were able to come down with one each.
What would it mean to pick off Kirk Cousins on Sunday?
It'd mean a lot to pick off anybody, but obviously being an old friend and being a legend in Minnesota, we're excited to compete against Kirk, and it's going to be cool to see him, but at the end of the day, we're excited to be able to compete against him because, especially as defense, we've only been able to go against him in practice, so just knowing what he's capable of and his greatness that he's had over his long career, we know what he's capable of regardless of what's been happening in a few weeks. So we're excited to go against him, and obviously every single week we're picking our spots to see where we can make our plays and get interceptions. So we're for sure looking forward to that and expecting success.
You got an unbelievable Thursday night game where the Lions host the Packers this week. One of them is 11-1 and the other one's 9-3. Who do you cheer for?
I think technically we have to choose the Green Bay.
Yeah, which is tough.
I don't want to say their full name.
Yeah, sure, but that's tough, right?
Yeah, it's tough. It's weird rooting for anybody else in our division.
Yeah.
But that's what it's come down to. Our division is so competitive to where it's going to be tough for all of us, especially towards the end of the year. We still have to play 3 more division games. So, but it is going to be weird cheering for the green and yellow team for sure.
Yes.
Cam Bynum again is our guest. We're here at SCHEEL'S for Toys for Tots, Eden Prairie. Stop on by. We have Speedy Naylor coming up in just a little bit as well, and we'll talk to Jonathan Grenard a little bit later in the show. Going back to something you said a few moments ago about your quarterback, Cam, I want to ask you a similar question because what you said is so true. He gets drafted. He goes, I mean, by definition, if you're one of the first draft picks taken, you're going to a team that's not very good, and that's going to affect your trajectory, no doubt about it. How lucky are you, do you consider yourself to have been drafted and playing for the Vikings?
Yeah, I just feel so blessed just landing in this situation. My rookie year, coming here from California, I was like, oh no, it's going to be cold, but there's no question about my mind when I got to the Vikings and was able to learn under Harry, especially I was moved from corner to safety and played safety for the first time in my life once I got here. And being able to learn under a Hall of Famer, and we had Pat Pete here also, and just so many good vets. And I was like, just my situation is so good, just because I know regardless of if I'm first string, second string, I was gonna learn. And just being here with these facilities and the people, the community of Minnesota, I just feel blessed. Every single situation that I've been in Minnesota with the new coaching staff, it's all been getting better and better every single year. And I couldn't have asked for a better situation, just being here and just being a Viking. So I'm thankful for that every single day.
What show do you like being on better, this once a year or Barrero Weekly?
No comment.
I mean, this is more fun, right?
I love being on every show. I could talk about some Vikings football.
You have an awesome new group. We just mentioned Jonathan Grenard. He's on our show every week, every Tuesday morning. Between Van Ginkel and Grenard and Cashman, there's so many new pieces to the defense, but it just seems like every one of them so far has been an absolute home run.
Yeah, every single player on the defense has a ball out week, and I feel like we just all rotate the weeks we can all go crazy, and just seeing the consistency from the new guys, and especially them coming in, being leaders, and just really gelling with the team as well as everybody did. I feel like that's the biggest part about this whole whole season. We have a lot of new players, and it feels like a completely different team than last year. You guys see a new quarterback, pretty much a whole new defense, besides a few key pieces that were able to stay. It feels like a whole new team, but it also feels like we've all played together for years. So I think that's really the deciding factor for a lot of these games when it comes down to the wire. We all trust each other to be in their position and be in their spots so we can all go make plays at the end.
Cam, how much can you actually adjust at halftime? And the reason I ask is because in the locker room talking to Cashman a couple of weeks ago after the game, Lieber actually asked him in our post-game interview about halftime adjustments. And Cashman said there were only 5 different things, small things that changed at halftime, but it completely changed the trajectory of the game. Is that the situation normally, that there are little bitty tiny adjustments, or do you ever have a full-scale change at halftime?
It's week by week. With Flo, obviously you guys probably see it, type of coach he is. And some weeks it's a whole new defense. We're putting in new plays at halftime, and we have to go out there and run them. But then some weeks it's like, okay, let's just switch this, switch that, and we're good. It's a minor change for us, but a big change for them. And really, every week it's something different, and depending on the flow of the game and what they think the offensive coordinator is saying on the other side, they like to play that chess match. And that's one thing I realized this year about like how much of a competitive genius Coach Flo is, just because he's like, okay, I think the offensive coordinator is thinking this, so let's switch this up. Or just always trying to be a step ahead so nobody can catch us a step late when we're making an adjustment. But we've put in some new defenses at halftime.
Wow.
A whole new defense, and we're expected to go out there and run it successfully, and we do. But it's always cool just the fact that he trusts us with the defense like that to be able to learn things on the fly or not change things at all and just continue to sustain that success.
I try not to be in the same hallway as him. He intimidates the heck out of me. I mean, when he's walking, I turn into other people's rooms just to get out of his way because he intimidates me.
Like you're busy.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Do you do that too?
I do that too. not because of that, just to avoid the awkward highs. So.
Right. This past weekend, not to put you in a bad spot, I'm certainly not trying to do that, but Fabian Moreau comes in. Completely unannounced. It's tough for him right away. You've been in a position before where you have to come in off the bench. You don't know what's going to happen. How much is it going to help him to know, if it has to be the case, that he's going to be the starter this week or he's going to get more play time? Does it help a lot to be prepared for that?
Yeah, it helps a lot for sure. But every single person in our room is always prepared to play. No matter what the situation is, we all practice as if you are the starter. And I think that's a really good thing that all of our especially in the DBs, I'm only going to speak for the DBs. One thing we all pride ourselves on is knowing the scheme and knowing what to do in case your time does come up. Because I tell everybody, especially the young guys, like the rookies and the first, second year players, like my story, like my first start was I had no clue. Harry got COVID that morning on the way to the game. The coach called me at 10 a.m. We're about to head to the game and said, Cam, you're starting today. And I ended up having a great game, but if I wasn't preparing as if I was a starter the whole year, and I was, I think, week 11, and if I wasn't taking my life serious and taking football serious all those weeks and just got happy just chilling second string, I wouldn't have had the game that I did, and that really started my whole career up. And the coaches were like, okay, now we have to find a way to get him on the field and keep him on the field, but it's all opportunity. If you get your opportunity and you don't do well with it, then it's going to be tougher to stay and for people to trust you with another opportunity. So that's really the message to everybody, especially this time of the year when injuries happen and it's a long season. We've had so many games straight with no bye week, no Thursday game where you can get the days off after. So it's the time of the year where people start to have those little small things. So everybody has to be ready.
So really, you could say one of the greatest things that's ever happened to you is the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, and Harry getting COVID that year. I thank him for that.
What a break.
Yeah, I'll take it.
How much do you have to make adjustments when somebody new comes in like that, and you're like, well, or the defense in general make adjustments like we might need to provide a little bit more support here, or we might need to shift the defense a little bit? Is that something that the defense can even do? Is that something that you guys can do, or is that something like there ain't much we can do? Like he's going to have to sink or swim on his own here.
It's just communication. I feel like no matter what, we're all confident to play in a game, and especially in our room, there's a lot of confidence in the room because of the way we prepare. But communication's the only thing that you have to make sure you're perfect on, especially when somebody new comes in. Because if you're playing next to certain people for a little while, you get to communicate with the eye contact and with the nonverbal stuff. But when it's somebody that you don't get as many reps in with as you normally do, then you have to just make sure that there's no confusion on the field. Because one play where you may lack confusion can be the play that messes something up. So I just feel like every single time that you're out there with anybody, no matter who they are, you have to communicate well.
Cam, I play poker poorly.
No, really bad.
Really poorly?
He's really
terrible.
bad.
Terrible?
It's hilarious.
But one of the
we
goals,
laugh
of course, is physical tells, right? You're supposed to try to see if somebody's doing something they don't normally do. You got to see Kirk Cousins a ton in practice. Does Kirk have physical tells, and do you know what they are? Are there patterns? Is there something that you can be looking for on Sunday that you're like, all right, I know what he's doing. I've seen this 1,000 times.
No, but I know when he's in his groove and he's throwing the ball and playing well, he like, I don't know, he like bites his tongue. Like, you know the cartoons and the kid is determined, they stick their tongue out and they look really focused. It's hard to, I don't know the name of it, but he does that when he's like locked in, but I can't, nothing else. Kirk's pretty even keel with the positive and negative, so it's tough to get a beat on.
Are there quarterbacks, though, that have physical tells where you know it's a runner or
frustration, for sure.
Okay.
When they're trying to force things, and you can see them getting frustrated with the looks that we're doing on defense and the disguise, and it's almost like a competitive game with them where you're just looking at the quarterback in the eyes before the snap, and it's like, how long can I hold this disguise? Because you look confused right now, and you're just sitting in the disguise, and you're like, all right, he doesn't know what I'm in. And especially with playing next to Harry, that's always like the test. We try and like wait as long as possible to hold the fake defense that we're in, then get out to whatever coverage we're in. But then the other quarterback, it's tough because they all have their certain routines and they stick to it pretty cleanly. And if you really want to get a beat on any tells, you could look at lineman, tail runner, pass.
Cam, we've gotten to know you and watch your career because of Toys for Tots. We met you. It might have been your rookie year that we met you here for the very first time. It's been so much fun to watch you continue to succeed and get better and better and better and become a major part of the Minnesota Vikings defense. Thanks for being here with us again, man. We really appreciate it.
Cam Bynum, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, more from SCHEEL'S in Eden Prairie. It's the KFAN and Minnesota Vikings Toys for Tots Drive 2024 live at SCHEEL'S. Thanks to our friends at Unreal. We'll come back and do What Really Matters. We'll do Wild News and more. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
Welcome back, Power Trip Morning Show. Again, we are live at SCHEEL'S. Thank you for everybody who's here and has been here. Thank you for stopping by, bringing toys for Tots. Eden Prairie, SCHEEL'S. Again, if you don't have a toy in the car with you, they've got plenty of them here. Stop on by, grab a couple, throw them in the bin. We still got some KFAN beanies that are right over here, and from Unreal and KFAN. If you bring a toy, you get a hat. You bring a toy, you get a hat. You bring a toy, you get a hat. You put in $1, you get a car.
Sure.
You love that film.
I do love that film. I know it's not good, but I love it.
It's not good.
You know which one I'm talking about, Maxo?
No.
It's Vegas Vacation.
Vegas Vacation?
Have you not seen Papa Giorgio?
Yeah, Nick Papa Giorgio. He puts $1 in, he wins a car. He puts $1 in, he wins a car. He puts $1 in, he wins a car. He won like 4 cars.
It's the greatest ever. And then they drive home and they're weaving in and out.
Mm-hmm. It's like a Christmas Vacation sequel?
Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
Yes. Yeah. It's the best of the bunch.
Christmas
no, it's after.
No, it was after.
Midnight.
Because it was vacation, then European vacation, then Christmas vacation, then I think it was Vegas vacation.
Was it really? European
Yeah.
was before Christmas.
I
Right?
thought Vegas was before Christmas.
No, I think Europeans, no. Vegas.
All right.
I think
doesn't
European
matter.
was
It
second.
doesn't matter, but
European was
Vegas
second.
Vacation is a 1 out of 10.
It's number one. You're right. It's number one.
It's hideous.
But it's got a couple of epic lines, including one that PA and Dubé ran forever, and I think PA still plays it once in a while. The Wallace Shawn from The Princess Bride is a blackjack dealer in the movie, and he's the one that says, "Why don't you give me half the money you're about to bet? We'll go out back. I'll kick you in the nuts, and we'll call it a day." It's such a good bit. It's like
brilliant.
It's so dumb because the dealers at any casino want you to win, so they get tipped, right? This one, they decided that this one wanted Clark to lose all of his money. So he was basically the nemesis of Clark Griswold for an hour and a half. laughed when he lost, right?
Yeah.
Basically begged him to put more money on the table so he would lose his entire fortune, and he did. It was the best.
One of the first times we went out to Vegas, we went out with probably not our best idea. We went out with our financial advisor.
Oh, no.
Why?
That's no fun at all.
We were all fairly young at that time.
Why don't you take your priest, too?
We were sitting at a blackjack table with her, and she was just killing us, just absolutely killing us. We got out of there fairly early. We ended up seeing him the next morning. We're like, how'd that end up for you? And he's like, she took all my money and she called me Opie.
Oh my God!
Wow.
That's great.
And I thought that is the dealer. That is the dealer energy you want. Like you want to lose any more money, Opie?
Yikes. Vegas used to be so greasy, man.
Oh, super
It used to be
greasy.
so much fun. Just disgusting and dangerous. You might get stabbed.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I wish I could go to the old Vegas.
No, it's so much better now. No, you don't want to go to old Vegas.
I love the
Man.
threat of being stabbed.
When,
I live where I live.
Go downtown.
Yeah, just go downtown.
Oh,
That's the old
don't
I
get
live
mad.
there.
Just skip Circa.
When Elvis was on every street corner and the guys were trying to get you to go to every prostitute in America on
with
every
the
corner.
cards.
It was the best,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, exactly. The
Yeah.
good old days.
John, not here.
Not here. Yeah, I'm not taking your card bonus.
Let's do wild news because it's brought to you by our friends at Catalyst Supply and CatalystSupplyCo.com. Thanks, Catalyst.
Thank you.
Tonight is the night they're back at it. They are hosting the Vancouver Canucks at 7 o'clock. That is right here on the Fan.
That'll
Yeah.
be great.
And
the
I
Wild
predict
One
your
is
catalyst
great.
is going to be Kirill Kaprizov.
It's a solid prediction.
That's my prediction.
Well, he's top of mind because, as you know, he was at the Wolves game last night and you were watching.
Obviously. Yeah. I was watching that while listening to Monday Night Football while thinking about the Minnesota Wild.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a big night for me.
The Wild have won 3 straight. Vancouver has won 4 out of 5, and Zacho nailed it yesterday that their goalie is unbelievable on the road. But as a team, they are 10-2 on the road. So Vancouver not afraid of the XL Energy Center, apparently.
Go
At least not
Wild.
tonight. 3 on the road after tonight for the Wild. They go at Anaheim, then at the LA Kings of Anaheim, and then at Utah after this.
Johnny Utah.
Yeah.
Utah.
Put me down
Give
for
me
2.
2.
So good. I forgot about the Utah hockey team.
I did too.
I mean, that's not something I should share on major market radio, but I just forgot about that team. I forgot that existed.
You know, it's funny if we were on the air when Point Break was about to be made, and Joe Montana was one of the biggest quarterbacks and athletes on the planet. If I asked Sauce, like, hey, we got to come up with a name for our Keanu Reeves character, but it's got to be somebody that used to play quarterback. We're going to make him a college quarterback. Let's see here. Not Joe Montana. Paul would probably go, what about Johnny Utah?
That does sound like something I would.
And I'd
come
go,
up with.
that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard. But it works so well to call Keanu Reeves Johnny Utah.
Didn't he play at Ohio State?
I believe he was the Ohio State quarterback in that movie, yes. The award-winning Point Break.
You know more about that movie than Keanu Reeves does.
Yeah.
That's because I have wanted to rob banks since I saw that movie when I was about 11 years old.
It's weird that you openly admit that.
You just like wearing masks.
That's true, he does. Yeah, especially the ball gag kind.
What?
Like Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah. Hey, can I had this thought yesterday, and Marnie will be here pretty soon. She's going to just dominate the microphone. I want to get a word in, so I better ask it now. Honestly, this is something I thought of yesterday, and it was towards the end of the show. J.J. McCarthy has been injured since preseason, right?
Yep.
So we have Nick Mullins as our backup quarterback. We all saw what Nick Mullins did last year. Has there been a game this year, in your opinion, that J.J. McCarthy would have gone in for Sam Darnold if he was healthy?
No.
You don't think so?
Not with the way that they. I mean, Sam's had a couple of rough games, right? And
Right. That's why I'm asking. Yeah.
But
Can you imagine? Do you think the crowd would have been going crazy for JJ in any of those games?
There was
Not
one
that
game.
matters.
There was one game where we said that on the show. We're like, this is the week that the quarterback controversy would have heated up, but I don't remember what game that was.
Jacksonville.
But it almost doesn't matter because Sam has played well enough most of the time, and the team has kept winning. I think if the record was inverted, we would have
For
been
sure.
screaming
Yeah,
for JJ almost regardless of how Sam. But we even talked about that before the year started. We're like, if this team's 2-5, even if Sam's playing pretty well, you got to get the kid in there and let him take some
100%.
reps if they're a 2-5 or a 2-6 team. But they've been winning the whole year, so I think if he was healthy, Sam's played absolutely well enough where I don't think it would have been a serious concern.
He threw 3 picks in the Jacksonville game. I think that was the one where they won 12-7.
And there were more Viking fans there than Jacksonville fans, so the crowd would have been screaming for J.J. McCarthy. It would have been a completely, I'll tell you what, because I don't think the crowd's going to, no offense to Nick Mullins, if you're listening, we love you, come on out. The crowd is not going to scream for Nick Mullins. They're just not going to.
Yeah. Right.
They definitely would have been screaming. Not that Coach cares about that, but you get my point.
Jones. Yeah.
Danielson.
So am I the only one, though, that still would rather have Nick Mullins play than Daniel Jones?
Yes.
I'm on Team Mullins. I mean, Mullins might throw an interception or two, but the kid can throw like for 300 yards, and Daniel Jones does not do that.
I would like to see, and not now because he's just brand new to the system, but give him a couple of weeks. I'd like to see what he does in this system with this coach.
Yeah, I still
I hope
think,
we don't have to.
Yeah, I still think that Daniel Jones he is going to sign on like a 1-year, $5 million deal next season, and he will be JJ's backup, or he will start a game or two if McCarthy can't start right away. I think that is 100% the plan with Sam, and I think they laid that, to Daniel Jones, and that's the way they laid it out.
I just can't believe that's what he wants.
Well, I think he has seen that, like, this is an opportunity where, you don't know what you have in McCarthy. And if McCarthy isn't good, which we hope he is great, then he has a chance to start. I just think he wants to be here in this situation.
I think he only plays next year if McCarthy gets hurt. Right? Because it's almost like we've seen that even with Anthony Richardson. If you take a young kid out of the game, man, it better not be for very long, or your fan base assumes that quarterback is toast.
Look at Bryce Young. They benched him, and he has done a 180 on his career.
Same thing, though. Just a couple of games for Bryce, a couple of games for Anthony Richardson. You can't sit him very long, otherwise you just forget that he's there.
No, you're right, yeah.
That's enough sports. I've had it.
Now let's do what really matters, where I do more sports and scores and stats, and then we go around the room and learn something else. And Chris tells us something cool.
That's right.
The 49ers have lost both of their running backs essentially for the year. Maybe not Jordan Mason, but it's going to be close. But Christian McCaffrey is expected to miss 6 weeks, so he's basically done for the year. He's not going to need surgery, but he's got a PCL injury. So his season totals, 202 yards rushing, 0 touchdowns in 4 games. Rough year for Christian McCaffrey. Jordan Mason with a high ankle sprain will also go on IR. The Niners are 5-7 and basically toast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a rough year all the way around for that team.
Yeah.
They I saw a stat the other day. It was close to 40. It was like games missed this year by former Pro Bowlers on the Niners, and it was something like 40 total. My God. But what really matters is this.
And I'm telling you guys, I said this yesterday on the show. Keep an eye on the injury situation for the Detroit Lions because they're beat up defensively. Beat up. Nobody cares.
Stay healthy.
I just said I was done talking sports, and I just brought up sports.
No, they are very beat up defensively.
You right?
No, that's it.
That's fine. Thank you.
That's all I got.
So,
we'll get a sense of that Thursday night, right?
Yeah.
A gentleman was constipated.
Not you?
In China.
Oh.
Okay.
He had to be rushed to the hospital. Now, I don't know why I didn't think about this, but about 15 people sent me this news story. I don't know why this didn't cross my mind. But he had to be sent to the hospital because the live eel he stuck in his rectum did not help with his constipation.
My God. Why?
Thought he was going to eat his way out of it, or what was the deal?
I'm going to guess that was the thought process.
I don't think that was the
hungry girl?
Why? I think he had an entirely different thought process going on.
Let me tell you.
Why is that?
If you had said to me about 4:30 in the afternoon on Sunday, that's what I needed to do, I'd have gone fishing. What do you need?
Why is that a thing?
What's that? Constipation?
No,
I ate too much protein.
Why are you kink shaming?
I'm not, but like, why is...
Let people do what they want.
No.
You stick a pinky up there, why can't somebody stick an eel up there?
Same thing.
It is the same thing.
It's really not.
It's the same thing.
It's on the same
My
spectrum.
pinky doesn't have teeth. Or somebody else's
Not
pinky
yet.
doesn't have teeth.
Give your pinky a chance to evolve.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Leave your pinky alone. Give it a break. All right?
Lindsey Whalen joined the Lynx coaching staff a couple of days ago, but the presser was yesterday. So Lindsey on staff with Cheryl Reeve in the Minnesota Lynx.
I believe we are seeing somebody grooming their successor.
Makes sense.
Was she a coach someplace before
The
she took
University
over the
of
University of
No,
Minnesota.
before the University of Minnesota. I was going to say
No,
she just
I don't
she
think
just took over that program without having ever coached before.
Yeah. Lindsay Whalen is A+. She's a great human.
Yeah, and she basically, I mean, if you saw the videos of her in the crowd, she basically already was a coach for the Lions.
Yeah.
But what really matters, most likely about constipation, is this.
Nah, I'm done talking about that for now.
Are you okay?
Yeah, sure. My back hurts, man. Been lifting weights too much. I'm starting to think I'm too old to be lifting weights. My back hurts all the time.
You are.
Oh, how dare you? I hate to say this because it sounds dirty.
Yeah, you don't like that.
I don't like people
No,
thinking that.
yeah, you don't like to talk about stuff like
You know what? I'm not going to do that when it's too dirty. I don't want people to start thinking I'm like that.
yeah, that you're weird.
Robin Williams made only $75,000 for voicing the genie in Aladdin, which went on to gross $200 million domestically. Disney later sent him a Picasso as a way of thanking him for his work.
Yeah, I think there's a reason he took that amount of money. I think I read something the other day and I can't remember, so it does no good talking about.
Oh, excellent!
But it's something about how he wanted to leave a legacy for his kids, and he didn't want to because I think he normally would make $10 million. There's something to it. I just don't know.
Is that one of those where they give you the money or they give you the royalties or ownership?
Like you get a point? Or
yeah, because isn't that what the Lion King got? The guy that made the circle of the Mama.
Hey,
I think he got paid $1, but he got to keep the points on it until he got
Keanu
paid $1
Reeves
billion.
Matrix bit, right?
That's right.
Back end.
Yeah.
And he made a ton.
What are you Googling?
Nothing like some back end money.
That's what I'm saying, brother.
Sauce, when are you going to leave your son your legacy on this show?
Well, that's a very good question.
Why don't you work the next 6 months for free?
I think by the time my son knows what I do for a living, I won't work here.
That is correct.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. And we'll be living with his grandpa and grandpa somewhere.
So you think he'll know what you do at 2 years old?
No, I don't think he will. No. Wait,
Somebody like that joke.
I don't get it.
Yeah, let's just hope he doesn't understand what work is until he's 15. Then you can stay here longer.
His dad still doesn't.
Okay.
Hiya.
Marnie Gellner should be here pretty shortly. She loves SCHEEL'S. I don't know if you've heard, but she loves SCHEEL'S. So she should be here in a second or two.
Hey!
It is the Toys for Tots
there she
Drive.
is. Look at her.
Oh, yeah, there she is. Hi, Marnes.
Hi, Marnie Galar.
2024 Toys for Tots Drive, thanks to the Minnesota Vikings, thanks to SCHEEL'S, thanks to our friends at Unreal. We're back after this, live with Marnie Gellner on the Fan.